Hello again, Pietro here. Good morning and welcome to day 4 of Falcon versus Fenix. Let's take a look at the morning report. This is going to be fun. We'll start with this one first because the morning report will vanish the more and more you move. You scroll down. Today's suggestion, base 7:45 per kilometer, and I should be working out 1 hour and 18 minutes. Sleep 68, shorter than ideal, not enough something. 27 milliseconds last night was my HRV status. And the weather, -2 degrees Celsius, feels like busy today. Don't worry, you got this. Oh, and that's it. That's more report. So can I get back to that? Floors, training, temperature. Doesn't look like it. Bummer. Good thing we're recording. So here's a detail of my HRV status, and you want this number higher. I've had mine up to the high 50s before. Determining baseline, wear for 1 more week to get the 7-day average. So there's the temperature, my notifications, and if we go back to sleep, shorter than ideal, not enough REM. Okay, that is good to know. If we click right there, we have sleep mode, settings, alarms. No, not much fun there. There's the graph. I went to bed too late. That was my problem. But deep sleep, 1 hour and 17 minutes. Not bad. REM, 25 minutes. Awake, 4 minutes. You slept a bit less than recommended. Your amount of REM sleep was too low. Creativity and problem solving may be challenging today. Well, that's just great. And there's my sleep score over the last week. And the morning report with a Amazfit Falcon is, yeah, there isn't one. So if we scroll down, and this is where we need to take this off. This is not part of the study, but rather more part of my addiction. 5 hours and 44 minutes. Well, that's definitely less than ideal. We have a sleep score, sleep phases, REM 59, light, 226 minutes, deep sleep 59. Interesting. And that's it. That's all it has on the sleep. And you'll notice it doesn't give me a heart rate right there. Perfect timing. Calendar notification. So this is my reminder to read in the morning, and without touching the screen, I can do remind me later, or I can click off. I'm going to do remind later. Blip. So now I'll come back later. And on Garmin, I have to go down to the notifications, and it won't do anything because airplane mode is enabled. Interesting. So the calendar notifications work a little easier on the Falcon versus the Fenix. So now I can just swipe down, or I can go back, or there's that fun shortcut. I can be in heart rate mode, just cover my palm, boom, and it takes me back to the home screen mode. So now I can do a long press, find my airplane mode, or I can do this cool carousel thing, kind of like that. And now airplane mode is off. It'll connect to my phone, and then that notification should work. Now they both do that fun feature where if you know something's on the bottom, you can quickly go to that. There we go. Today, goal is leaving soon. Thanks, Google. And now I can just dismiss that, or it doesn't let me snooze it. And then it's going through and updating a bunch of other notifications. Now, does it have a clear all? I'm not seeing it, but I can just swipe. But it does not let me do a clear all. You just have to go through and swipe. Now, if you clear all these notifications on your phone, yes, it'll clear them on the watch. But it is kind of fun to do that swipe thing. Where the notifications on this one, delete, and it's just deleted them all. Pretty cool. So before we can look at the phone stats, but we can't get over, we have to swipe, or we can just click there, and then that somehow just goes to settings. And then with the buttons, we can re-enable Bluetooth without touching the screen. I'll show you again. So from the home screen, click up, click the Start Select button, and then it just automatically goes to settings, and then you can disable or enable Bluetooth. Pretty cool. But once again, if you do go up, yeah, you can't select brightness, for example. You have to use the touchscreen. Kind of annoying. I wish they'd fix that. This one, the OnePlus 9 Pro, is connected to the Falcon, and they want me to buy the Aura relaxation, but I already have it, and I tried canceling it. Ugh, that's another story. So there's the sleep. We have the sleep score. You have a lower score than 41% of the users. Keep it going. Fair. You have a lower score than 40. That's kind of confusing. Time of sleep, 5 hours and 41 minutes. Didn't reach goal. Regularity. Sleep stages in detail in widescreen, which I like. And then you can hover this and see your heart rate, your breathing rate. Wow, so my heart rate dropped to 56. All right, I think that's good. So when I was in REM graph, so REM, my heart rate is at 66, and then deep sleep was not my lowest heart rate. Interesting. And then we have graphs for deep sleep, naps, no data today, but it does track it, and breathing. And then it has this little fun thing where you can log what you were doing, watching TV, but it doesn't have that, so I can do other, and then I can say playing games. And my wake up mood, I would say a little droopy. Yeah. So there's the sleep. And when you do take a nap, let's see if we can find one. There we go. 52 minutes, and it said it was excessive. Taking a 20-minute nap every day can help navigate fatigue coming from day's work, etc., etc. Proportion of light sleep, 100%. Had a nap at 12:49 and again at 7:44 p.m. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not a lot of details on the app. Fitbit and Apple are a little better in that. If we open up the app, it'll quickly synchronize. It has this really cool thing called Insight, so I can read more on that. And it's saying that I have a streak on floor climbing. Awesome. Nice job. You've boosted your health and met your floors. Thanks. So I did have a record of 154 days last year. So here's a training readiness. Very nice. Maintaining, heart rate, all that fun stuff. And there's my sleep. So they kind of have it not all connected. It's kind of weird. I wish they would do that. So we have the stages, pulse ox, respiration. Very nice. And then we have to go to sleep score to read all that info about how my REM was not good. And then it has a little section for notes, which is cool. Stayed awake too late, working on a video and watching the BYU ball game. So that's kind of cool that you can put notes in your sleep score. And then you can quickly go to 7-day, 4-week, and 1 year and see what's going on. So my highest over the last year, 81, lowest 47. Let's see if Amazfit has that. So here's my sleep score. I can go to week, month, and year. So yes, it does have that. Average sleep score, 81. Wow, 81. Now I've only had the Falcon for not quite a month, maybe a month. And this one I've actually been wearing on and off again since February. So big difference there, but I did have the Amazfit T-Rex 2, so that is still in the data, but interesting about how it did that. So we'll just look at the last month, 4 weeks, 72 points. Interesting. Quite a bit different how they display it, but it is nice that they both display reports. And then you can go online with Garmin. Oh, I have these messed up. You can go online with Garmin and see really detailed reports online. Okay, time to unplug for a bit. So we're gonna keep the Falcon on my left all day and see how it fares with heart rate and all that stuff. And then I'll keep the Fenix on my right today. So not too tight. Okay, yeah, maybe a little too tight. You really shouldn't have that deep of impressions. Oh yeah, I had it way too tight last night. Ouch. Okay, I'll see you later today. Day 4 is done. So now let's go over the summary of these two watches and what did what, and heart rate and steps, and yeah. Now when it comes to the apps for these two watches, very different. Over on the left is the Amazfit Zepp Health Zepp OS app, and on the right is the Garmin Connect app for my Fenix. You have the nice month summary. You don't really have that here. I mean, you do for each individual health aspect, but you can't quickly go back to the 17th and see all of your different walking activities and steps and stress. You have to do a lot more clicking inside Zepp. I've always enjoyed that calendar view, and I can quickly go back to July and quickly go to the 9th and see all that information that I did for that precise day. This app doesn't have that. You have to go to the individual activity and then go to the month. A little bit different. Anyway, let's summarize the day. Day 4. So for the summary of day 4, Falcon versus Fenix, 14,028 steps on the Falcon, whereas the Fenix, 15,016. Average heart rate, 66 for the Falcon, 63 for Fenix. 56 was the minimum heart rate. Funny enough, Garmin doesn't display that. You have to go through the whole day and look on the chart and kind of guess. 138 the max, 115. Huge difference. I don't know why. I really think that Falcon had a mishap there. I don't think my heart rate went that high yesterday. So we have 40 on the stress and 25 for Garmin. Subtle differences there. SpO2 about the same. Number of floors. This is where we get into a little issue here. This watch counts floors, kind of. They have this behavior training you can do. This one just does it. So right now I can click on my watch and it shows 17 steps. This one, it shows 0. So it's not accurate whatsoever. And I've done the behavior training and I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, now it's going to start counting steps. It doesn't. I don't know why that is. Yeah. Calories for the day, 2,941 for Garmin. But for some reason, yeah, Amazfit only counted 1,700 and change. So is that only the burn? It gets kind of confusing on the calories there. Yeah, it was about time to take the watches for a walk. The dog, he wanted to go outside. Oh, hello, dog. And he met a friend. Oh. It's okay. I think they're just playing. They're okay. Just like humans, dogs need social activity. If your dog is a lonely dog, an orphan, a single dog, a single cat, yeah, schedule play date. We're gonna say hiking. Oh, I do not like the button placement. There we go. So it's triangulating. Wow, that was quick. Already got a signal. There we go. Everything's off now. And start. And hike. So it's triangulating. Gives me a battery estimate of 43 hours. It's yellow. And any second. Oh, there we go. That was about a tie. That was really close. So start and start. Little snap mount worked. So one thing that bothers me about the Garmin Fenix is that you can't increase the volume. There's one volume and it's just gonna beepy. Now if I connect Bluetooth headphones to it, it gives me voice feedback, and we'll get to that. But I don't like that you can't adjust the volume. It's just kind of weird, especially for a high-end device. You can do that on the Venue 2 Plus and other Garmins, but not on their higher-end Fenix. I wonder if the marquee ones allow that. I'll have to try that out next year. Not bad. We're in direct sunlight right there. And on Garmin, perfect. And then for the hike, really similar. For some reason, Amazfit was 0.2 off. I'm going to have to trust Garmin on that one. And the average heart rate, 104 for both. 128 was the high for the Falcon, whereas 120 was Garmin. And then here's another funny thing. Garmin will display the steps while you're looking at your watch, but then after the workout's over, you can't find them in the app. I've tried. If you can find the steps in a workout after you've worked out, like, the next day, an hour later, it's just not there. So they display on the watch, but not in the app, which is kind of confusing, Garmin. It's very confusing. So there you go. Day 4. We're now on day 5. Today's Monday. Did some fun stuff today. Tested some music stuff, but we'll go over that tomorrow. Day 5, to be honest, was just collecting some more data so we can compare just day to day throughout Amazfit versus Garmin. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll have more on Wednesday. That's all for now. Goodbye.